Hello everybody, we're here at Paducah Quilt Week, Spring 2018. And we're meeting with Ian Berry. Now Ian is an artist from London and he works in denim, totally denim. Now Ian, tell me a little bit about how that started for you. What even got you inspired to work with denim?
Well, it was right at the end of when I was at university. I'd just done a portrait of Tony Blair, the ex-British Prime Minister, out of newspaper. And I went home to my parents and they were like, well, you're not moving home, are you? And my mum had started emptying my bedroom and there was a big pile of jeans. So I was like, well, I could do, with the same values, I could actually make these portraits out of denim. And it started off as like just experimental, and then it developed, and then I really realized my connection to jeans and other people's connections to jeans and denim. And I thought I'd go abstract with it. But then I wanted to challenge myself and go very photorealistic. Yeah. And it's been a painful process, but I like to kind of keep challenging it to a point where normally when I show the non-textile context, people don't realize it's jeans. Sure.
You're not bleaching these jeans. You're not painting on top of them. You're just using, if they're worn out and they're faded, then that makes highlights, and then fresh ones are dark.
So in my, say, real work, everything is just the jeans I have in the studio, what have been donated or what have been given from all different people. So I always have to find those, like the fades, the washers, cat's whiskers, opening up a pocket and seeing the strong indigo tones behind and the fading. So every little piece is a wash in it. So it kind of blends into the next piece. Yeah. And what people don't realize is my work is really layered, textured, three-dimensional, which when you see it in a magazine or on screen, people think it's just painted or flat.
Yeah, no, but it does have dimension, and I've noticed that when I've walked around your work. The other thing I just want you guys to know is that Ian doesn't come from a quilting background. As a matter of fact, these are not really quilts. Nope. They are works of art that are done in denim, but because it's fabric, it is certainly really interesting to those of us in the quilting world. How familiar were you with the quilting world, like, I don't know, a year ago? I mean, when did you kind of start having a little connection with us?
So I would say, I mean, I've been doing this 12 years, and I'd say maybe 4 years ago, it was when the quilting world started to take notice of me, put me in different magazines. You notice a lot more on social media. You start getting invited to certain shows. And then I realized that, you know, people are interested in the work. And when I was asked to come here, at first it was like, I've got a busy schedule, but then I thought, well, I'm complaining about not enough people see my real work. What a great opportunity for 20, 30,000 people to actually come and see the work in real life. And I'm a Northern English guy, glass half empty. So when people come and say, wow, I've seen it in a magazine, I really loved it, but I had no idea it looked like this. That's a really good thing in many ways, but I just think, what do people think of my work when they see it flat? Do they think it's just painted? Do they not understand it? Because the reaction in real life is just so different.
It's a whole different thing. This is an installation, everyone. There's the Indigo record store with all of the different albums. Yeah. You've got a little garden area set up that would be like a little niche garden like in New York City. Yeah. You've got the Jacob Davis gallery where you've got our art on the wall as if it was a gallery, and then a laundromat where all of the washing machines and everything is all done out of denim. So it's an entire installation that then highlights your work within that, and it's an unbelievable experience. If you were to, because I don't know all the questions you get asked, but if there was like one question that people just continue to ask, and I'm not asking now, what would that be and what would you answer?
Well, the most common question yesterday you already asked, which was, how did you get the idea? But then a lot of people ask, where do you get the jeans from? Which I think we've talked about. And there's always free.
Your work is not shown, because it's not shown at quilt shows typically. You're in galleries, what, in New York?
Well, I just showed in New York in December, but my main location has been London.
London, which is where you're from.
Yeah, well, I'm from the north of England, a big textile heritage up there. But one thing what I did is I showed probably over a 6-year period only in London, and as I said, like, people need to see the real work to appreciate it. So I felt that not enough people got to see the work, and I wanted to share it with more people, because it's not just about like, you know, just having it and selling it and disappearing.
Yeah.
I think there's more value in the work for people to see it for the long term, and really to be part of another community. And I mean, my work is all about community, the changing face of community, the fading of community.
Wow.
And you know, that's why like a lot of the stores, you know, the record stores are closing down, the laundrettes are closing down. You know, in the gallery it's showing the other side, where it's showing scenes of isolation, and that's it, like a change in community, that people are spending more time in these homes, even if they're perfect homes, like materialistic homes. And you know, strangely, I come here to show this, and then I find an amazing community in the quilting world.
And the quilting world was this kind of
also then also in Paducah, like this amazing community. I spent a week here beforehand, and they all gathered around me, and
small town feeling.
Really made me feel welcome, and you know, that real life community. I know there's online communities now and things, but like this real life, you know, I've lived in big cities like London, Sydney. I was in Amsterdam, and you find that communities are changing, and social systems are changing.
Right.
And you know, the online community is leading to a lot of mental health issues, and I think people really need to have real people and real people around them. And it's actually been really fantastic to meet so many real people.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you have a website?
Yes,
tell everybody.
It's ianberry.art.
.art.
Yes, I got one of those new art websites.
Okay.
There's a famous photographer called Ian Berry, so we have to fight for different things. So,
well, that's great. Well, everybody, check out Ian's website. You have a book. I don't know if you sell it on your website.
It's actually not online yet. It'll probably go online.
It's an amazing book. I thank you for the copy that you gave me, and I hope that you ever get a chance to see Ian's work anywhere. I encourage you to go see it, because it really, you have to see it in person to understand what it's really like. So thank you for your time today.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Great.
Thanks.